But yes, you know, just wonderful bands coming into Morgan Studios at the time. Very lucky to be there at the time, really. I did $1 Billion Baby with Alice Cooper, and that was Bob Ezrin producing. He was a very high-power producer at the time, and he flew in with his entourage, and he had a very, very big ego, but made great records. So I worked with McCartney there when he left the Beatles. That was fantastic. And again, he was supposed to work with Glyn Johns, and I was there to show Glyn how the desk worked. Glyn didn't turn up, and so Paul said, well, can you engineer it? So with wobbly knees, I sort of said, yep, I certainly can. It ended up, they didn't want an assistant either, so it was just me, Paul and Linda. And that was just a magic moment, just watching him do his thing. And he played all the instruments himself, and that was great. It was all secret squirrel, he booked in under a secret name. So that, at the time, I was sort of going, wow, you know, I've just worked with Paul McCartney, and who was my absolute hero, songwriter, you know. He'd heard of us, and I don't know why he used Morgan. He just heard that some good things were happening down the studio, and some long-haired engineers down there who sort of knew what they were doing, and believe it or not, I had long hair though in those days. So yeah, it was great, and you'd have Paul there, and Rod Stewart might be upstairs. It was just quite amazing looking back, and at the time we didn't think too much about it because it became the everyday norm. But terribly lucky with all these wonderful people. And in Morgan Studios I also worked with Mickie Most, and I remember today he walked in the first day I started working with him. We got quite friendly, worked a lot. He just walked in the control room and said, my name's Mickie Most, I produce hit records. I said, I'm Robin Black, nice to meet you. I should have said I engineer hit records, but I didn't. I was too awe of the man, but and he did. Everything we did there was a hit record. Hot Chocolate, and people like Susie Quattro went well. Mickie was very much a man who was always had to be in charge. God bless his soul. He's died now. I remember one thing when Susie wasn't pleasing him in her vocal performance, and he just said, right, I'm going home now. And she said, well, you gave me a lift here. And he said, well, I'm going to give a lift home. And Stork just left the building. So I was thinking, crikey, I'm going to be driving Susie Quattro. How fantastic. So I drove her miles wherever she lived, and then sort of got home about 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, completely exhausted. He knew in his mind exactly what he wanted. He really did know the charts, and he believed he knew what people wanted to hear. So every session he did, the arranger, the musicians, they did exactly what Mickie wanted. And if he didn't, well, that was that. And you know, they'd have several arguments. At the bottom line, Mickie would always say, I'm the hit producer, you do as I say. And he was usually right.